Hey, what's going on, guys? Bonafide Hustler here with the College Picker.
Special guest.
That's right. And we are here today to talk to you guys about selling on eBay. We're gonna have an open Q&A. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, basically it's about how to make money selling on eBay. So if you're ever wondering, and maybe you're a beginner or an intermediate, you're wondering, maybe what kind of buy and sell, what kind of weird hurdles will there be on eBay, like all this kind of stuff you might be wondering. Go ahead and try to ask those questions here because I've been doing eBay since. My thing, I think technically says 2004, but I went really harder on eBay around 2008, 2009. When did you start eBay?
About 2008, 2009.
Okay, so right about there is where he started eBay. So basically, if you guys are watching for the very first time and give you a little bit of background about us, who I am, I'm the Bonafide Hustler. You're on this channel right now. Please subscribe. Please hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you can get all the notifications. But basically what I do on a part-time basis is I look for really good, profitable used items from garage sales and typically thrift stores, and I take those items and I put them on eBay. I do also put them on Amazon, Craigslist, and my antique booth. So we're two of the co-founders of the greenroomuniversity.com. It's one of the links down below, so go check that out. But his story, you do a lot of used goods as well, right?
Yeah, mostly used goods. Used goods are where it's at. It's more fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's like a hunt. And so you've been all over the world and you've been at thrift stores, right?
I've been in thrift stores in Dubai and where else? Mostly, I think Dubai would be the only one that considered. No, I've been to Japan thrift stores too. So yeah.
Yeah, so he's been to a lot of thrift stores around the
markets
world.
In Thailand, but no thrift stores. Yeah.
I've been to the ones around the country. I've been to swap meets and all that kind of stuff. And eBay is a really fantastic way to, if you wanted to get money, for example, and you wanted to learn something new, it's one of the best ways to do it. You can do it at your own time, have no boss looking over your shoulder. As long as you have certain things in line and you have the tips that some of these videos on YouTube give you, you can really make a substantial amount of money.
Side money or full money.
It's true.
It's up to you.
So he chooses to spend more of his money on experiences. I like experiences too, but I like saving up for certain things like actual items.
Yeah. Well, you have a place to put them, and I don't because I live in a van.
Right. So that's what we're here for today. That's a little bit of background about us. We'll try to answer as many eBay questions as we can see coming down the line. If you are on my channel right now, this week, there's probably been a lot of live videos because we have a really big event coming in Austin, Texas. Our green room seminars and all that kind of stuff is happening this week. So you'll be seeing a lot more live videos from us than fewer thrifting type videos, just because they're easier to shoot, they're one take, and we can connect with you guys like really fast. So I'm gonna answer some questions that we see in the feed. We'll see what we got going on here. It is really good to see all you guys.
So many greetings in the feed. I already saw Joe Molino with the hang loose and
the hang loose, even the shaka?
No, is that what is it?
It's called the shaka. It's called the shaka, man.
I thought it was a telephone. Hello?
Yeah. Eric looks a lot older with that beard. That's from Adam A517. What's going on, Adam?
I know. I'm sorry.
Yes, he's at my house, Henry S. That's right. What's up, Henry? Okay, so let's get some questions down here here's one from Nick K. This is a really good one. This is regarding keywords. Do you base your eBay keywords on top sold or recently sold with a good price? I used top sold. I like to stay in the top 25% of things that have sold. And I filter, you can do sort by used goods, sort by sold, right? And then sort by highest.
Yeah,
right?
and it's only the last 3 months anyways. It's only 90 days of data. So it's really not even that, like in the grand scheme of things.
Now, why are keywords important, Eric?
Because whenever somebody as a buyer is searching for something, you want your listings to come up for whatever. Whoa! I just saw a super chat. Oh, it just blows my mind. $100. That interrupts my answer.
Okay, let's continue with the answer.
Thank you, Stephen Fielder, on behalf of Chris, for the $100. It blows my mind. I don't do live shows, so this blows my mind. But yeah, people are searching for keywords, so you're going to want to be in those searches. Why would you not want your item to come up? If it's not having these keywords, it's not going to be discovered at all. It's discoverability.
Okay, let's give them an example real quick. Here we have a camera. Let's look at the camera real quick. Forget the tripod in the picture. But
just the camera. Yeah,
let's say you got the camera and you find this at a thrift store, right? This camera is $20, right? It's a good camera. It's worth about $100 to $300. Now, why are keywords important in this situation? Like, give us a situation where the keywords would destroy your price or undercut you, and give us a situation where the keywords would completely prevail and get you top dollar.
Well, if you didn't put the model number on here, you just put like Sony camera, nobody would even see that this was an A6500. But if you
they would never find that listing,
would never find your listing. It would just Sony camera, because nobody's going to be typing in just like Sony camera. They're going to be typing in model numbers more than anything, or 4K, things like that. Like maybe Sony 4K camera, you might come up, but the model number for electronic is the most important thing for sure.
Yeah. So like keywords are really, really important. So let's say you find this at the thrift store and you know this thing's worth a lot of money. Maybe you find it at a pawn shop or something like that. So basically what you want to do is you want to go to your phone to complete. That's what you have close to you while you're in these situations at a garage sale or a thrift store or a pawn shop. You have your phone in your pocket. You don't have your laptop or anything like that, but you have your phone in your pocket. You want to go to the eBay app. That's right, not to the actual classic site. Go to the app, get the app on your phone, and research, you know, whatever camera you're holding. This one is a Sony A6500, and an A6500 with really keyword rich listings will sell for around $1,000 to $1,100 with anywhere between 2 and 4 batteries, body only. But with poor keywords, all right, this thing might sell for around 800, maybe 750. So keywords are really important. Poor keywords would be like Sony camera, black, A6500. Rich keywords would be Sony camera, black, A6500, 4K, the megapixels, active stabilization, you know, for
18
example.
18 to 55 lens.
Right, if it came with a lens, you know,
OEM battery,
combo pack. There's all kinds of things that stick out to people when they're looking at the listings. So that's how you need to research those things. And when you're looking at the market, there are 2 markets out there. One is the active market, the people that are trying to sell the A6500 right at this very moment. I like to look at the market, which is the sold market, and you can filter those things. So you want to filter to your sold market, sort by highest and used condition, because you don't want to pollute it with anything new because you're not holding a new camera in your hand in the first place. So you want to be in used condition. Those 3 markers are sold, used, and sort by highest. And then the top 25% of those listings that you see, I like to be echoing off those top 25%. I want to sell similar button, I'll press it, and those will give me the most keyword rich things to use for this camera. So anyways, I hope that answers your question. Let's get to Stephen Fielder's super chat real quick. Stephen Fielder, thank you so much. This money right here is actually kind of paying for this camera, honestly, because I had to buy this thing early. I was supposed to kind of save up for it and everything like that, but this deal came up on a really weird kind of deal. If you watch my vlogs, you know how I kind of got this camera. So anyways, I was on my way to save up for this camera. So this basically, this super chat money really kind of helps pay for this thing. But I really do appreciate it, Stephen Fielder. You've been one of my most A, loyal subs, and B, most giving subs when it comes to super chat. So thank you so much. I hope you get some great information from my channel. And this is the College Picker, by the way. We call him Eric here, CP, but he's got a channel called The College Picker. You should go check it out. He does a lot of interesting kind of, it's not so much always reselling, but it's like what reselling can provide your life. He does all kinds of cool experiences, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you. Go
check it out. If you like living in a van, check it out.
Yeah, go check out all his videos. You really understand what he uses his reselling money for. Okay, so yeah, we really appreciate it. That super chat, like it's gonna probably stay up for like 15 minutes.
Oh my!
It's like never will time out. Anyways, that's really cool, Stephen Fielder. I will be saving up for something different later, but for right now, basically getting this thing paid, which is not a terribly expensive camera or anything like that, but use the super chat for that.
Quite an upgrade of a vlogging camera.
It's crazy, the quality is
amazing.
Support the supporters. Yeah, what's up? Good to see everybody right here. Trisha M, hi from Colorado. Ooh, I love your state. I sell from Poshmark, but I'm thinking about selling shoes on eBay. Is that niche good for beginners?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, have you guys guessed what my new guide's going to be? I have no idea what it's going to be, but have you guys guessed it? Yeah, it's a great niche. Niche. What do you say? Niche? Is it niche or niche?
Niche.
I don't know. Absolutely great niche to be in. Shoes. Super good. One of the reasons I like shoes a lot is you can scan them quick, right?
Yeah, a lot of shoes will have a model number on the tongue, or it will have the barcode. Sometimes on the like the Nike things, they'll have barcode numbers, which kind of translate to a model number. But like a Tony Llama or like a Red Wing, a lot of times there's actually like a model number stamped in the leather, so you can just find that and kind of plug it into eBay and find a comp real quick.
Right. If that doesn't prevail, you can also type it into Google, and you can search with Google Images and see if you see a boot kind of like yours, and you'll understand what is it made from. Because when you deal with when I think of shoes, right, I think of anything that really is on a foot. So it could be a boot, it could be an ankle chukka thing, it could be an actual shoe, it could be a sports sandal.
Yeah,
right?
Anything on footwear is maybe a better term than shoes.
Right. So you want to be looking at footwear, but here's the thing: you really want to only hustle about 5% of all the footwear out there. That's the thing, because when you say footwear, people are going to go to thrift stores and go, "Oh my God, I heard footwear on Bonafide Hustlers video. Now I'm going to go just buy all these shoes." That's the wrong thing to do. You want to focus on the top ones, and so I might make a guide about that.
Really? There's so many shoes out there, so you could be steered the wrong, wrong 95% of the way.
You know, it is easy to make 20 bucks on a pair of shoes. I could do that all day long and make a living off that.
And they're easy to ship. They don't break. You chuck them in a poly bag.
That's the second reason why I like shoes so much, is because you can go to USPS.com and get the free shoe box, which fits a lot of shoes. Actually, a majority of the shoes that I sell will go out to USPS priority through their own shoe box that costs you nothing. You can get them in quantities of 10 or 25, and they're bound with a little plastic strip shipped to your doorstep. So think about that for a second. Because a lot of times when you hustle other items, there are varying sizes and weights, and you got to find all these boxes, and it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Shoes is pretty standard.
Yeah, shoes can be like a really big poly mailer, padded poly mailer, or it could be the shoe box.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I'm in the box.
Yeah, so it's actually a really good thing to hustle and look out for.
Shoes are good.
I find that when I deal with footwear, that the most profitable things to resell are leather boots. Both distressed.
I have a sale of leather boots.
Both distressed or normal, nice, shiny condition, ankle, chukka style, desert boot style, eyelets all the way up to like mid calf. I like leather boots. Those seem to really appeal to so many people, and they're premium. They're always worth your time, it seems like it. And then when someone buys it, they never return it. It seems like it's never returned.
Leather shoes have been made, since like the beginning of time until now, and they're just still such quality material to where it's like craftsmanship plus style. It just makes a good product. I just sold a pair of leather, Harley Davidson boots. They were something like 60 bucks or 55 bucks.
So that's basically the whole thing on the shoe thing. I probably should make a guide on that. I mean, you could argue that I might be 15% done with a guide already on that. I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
Maybe I should just stop. Maybe creating a shoe guide. I don't know if I'm even doing
foreshadowing?
I don't even know if I'm actually creating it or not. Now you're having me second guessing myself. Let's see. I'm gonna actually respond to a couple remarks here. The Bearded Picker says, I'm leaving for Austin in about 24 hours. Going to be fun. We'll see you here, man. Justin Packman, I bet you show up to the green room meetup with a haircut. Ooh, how much you want to bet? How much do you want to bet?
Scissors. I'm waiting. Ooh,
yeah, we're good with that. How much do you want to bet? Like, I'm willing to get some money, man.
I should do it on camera right now.
No, stop it. Anyways,
go find some scissors.
Uniquely mean. Do I pick up Doc Martens made in China or just England? I pick up both, but I also I say that because if the style is really good on Doc Martens, I buy the style. I think the style is really what sells the boot. I never buy just Doc Martens because they're Doc Martens, because they're actually
terrible Doc Martens.
Yeah, I would say 40% of Docs, maybe even 30% of Doc Martens are the only ones that you should really like mess with, right? When I deal with Nike shoes, for example, I only deal with like maybe the top 20 or 10% of those. When I deal with a Solo hiking boots or La Sportiva hiking boots, I would comfortably say maybe 60% are really worth your time. So when it comes to Doc Martens and stuff like that, you can actually look up those not patterns, but you can look up the patterns, because that's a really important keyword, but you can also look up the model numbers inside. They're also called something, like some are called Delaney, some are called these most recent ones that I sold. I picked them up for, let's say, 26-ish kind of dollars on at Savers. I sold that pair for like $139 or something, like not even a couple days later. That was only like last month. That's a pair of Docs, and they were in really good condition. So yeah, I'm not saying buy a bunch of Docs. I'm saying do your research. If you find some Doc sandals, make sure you research completed eBay things for sandals, Doc Martens. Find your exact one and then go off of that, okay? Because there are variants, and variants, different variants dictate different sorts of money. For example, if you deal with, what's the shoe that John Varvatos, right?
Yeah.
If you deal with John Varvatos ankle boots, right, the ones that have the zipper on the side will sell more than the ones that have the stretchy fabric on the side to let your foot into the boot. It's just weird. People want the zipper.
Zippers are stylish.
Yeah, it's more stylish, right? But it's a variant, right? And you have to pay attention to the variants out there when you deal with shoes. Damn, your hair is getting long. I know, but I like it. Well, I don't know. I like it. It does get in my way sometimes. Okay, so let me shout out Laura Ward. Hey, Laura, what is going on? She even got the emoji right.
Dude,
look at that.
She threw the cheese in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she says cheddar with cheese emojis, and she super chatted me $20. So Laura, thank you so much for that $20. That's amazing. I think at the rate that we're going, this camera's gonna be paid off by the end of the week.
This will be paid off by the end of the chat.
It might be. But anyways, thank you so much, because honestly, the camera means a lot to me. But I know it means a lot to you guys as well, but you don't see what it's gonna really deliver to you guys. But there's a lot of things that this camera is going to be able to bring to the channel. Because I know you guys like the ride-alongs. I know you like this stuff, and you'd like the hot shots. And this is going to bring a little bit of a different element to it. So while you might be thinking like, damn, it's an expensive camera. Why do you need it? You'll see through my ride-alongs how it kind of plays a role in everything. It's not going to be shot completely with that camera, but that camera is going to play a pretty big role in some things. So anyways, Jennifer Peltier says, hey, the long hair looks good on you. Thank you so much. I thought this was an eBay show though.
Yeah, why are we talking about hair?
Because Jennifer is telling me that my hair looks good. Okay, Justin Packman, did I ever sell that sweet wood table? Okay, first of all, Eric, you came in town yesterday, right? 2 days ago. Yeah. Okay, so 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Saturday morning.
Eric's been in town since Saturday morning. There is a kind of nice table outside that has been all over my vlogs.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a new table. This is nice.
Is it nice or is it really cool?
It's nice. It's really cool. It is both.
Okay. This was a $150 fine. It was a $200 table at the Salvation Army along with a bench. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is such a nice table. As it was an Indonesian antique table. We only found out after buying the table, and I got a discount on it too. So I walked out paying like $160 out the door. But this table, brought it home, got a bench. We sanded it a little bit, and we put some teak stain on it, right?
Oh, you guys did the staining?
Right, we did the stain, the teak stain. It was really cool. Teak oils, not stain. And come to find out after all that the table is actually worth a lot of money. The bench
is expensive. How did you find out it was teak?
I just bought it because I wanted it. Like I didn't care what it was made of. Like the style was cool.
How'd you figure out it was teak?
Because my wife found it on a website, and it's sold out of only one place in Austin, Texas. You have to have an appointment to even look at the table.
Oh my gosh!
And the table was like $2,300.
What?
And the bench, get this, is like $827. So to combine, that's like a $3,000 setup. Wow. But we got it for $150.
Teak's not a cheap wood. Teak's imported.
To answer this question right here, which is what is the table question? Where was it? Did I ever sell that sweet wood table? A, my wife would kill me. 2, we're going to enjoy it for so many years, and then we're going to flip it, right? That's how you do it.
Chance to enhance.
Yeah, so we have to eat on that today, okay? We have to have a dinner on it. Yeah, we have to have a big party with the table as like the main thing. And then we're going to use it and use it and use it. And then one day I'm going to sell it for like $300 or $500, right? When I'm done with it after 10 years. All right, I think we're here. Hold on real quick, guys.
And we're back.
I think we're back. Here we go. Let me just adjust a couple things. This was crazy, man. We just had a power outage. 1 sec. I don't know if you guys can hear me, so let me know in the feed. Sorry about that. Well, there's nothing really I can do about it, but all right. Let me just align. This is crazy. Am I live?
Yep.
All right, cool.
It's back.
We are back, guys. So let me get the feed running good.
Crazy.
I have to get the pop-out chat just right. Hang with me, guys. Hang with me.
Forgot to pay the lights.
No, dude. Come on now. Come on, Eric.
Someone forgot to pay his lights.
I know. I spent it all on the camera, didn't I? Okay, so we're back. Where did we leave off? We were talking about what?
The teak.
Yeah, so the table, let's just close the whole table talk off here real quick.
Someone said you were teaked off.
Dude, I'm teaked off. I am, dude. I'm teaked off with this power outage. So yeah, the table's awesome. We're gonna use it. And that's one of the best parts about being a reseller. That's probably the reason why I've been a reseller for 14 years, is like you can come across some really amazing things, use them, and then sell them.
Enhance your life and then sell it for a profit.
That's what I'm selling. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm selling. That's what I'm saying. So
that's what we're selling.
Anyways, there's so many good, anyways, it's so funny. All these like really, really funny comments. I wonder what it's going to look like when the replay comes. Will it be like a,
are they going to merge it? It'll just have your, no, it won't merge it. It'll just have your little circle, your little BH circle.
Anyway, okay, so now we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. You know, of all the times that I've lived in this house, the power might have been cut because it was just a quick surge. I think it might have only happened like 4 times. And
while you've been home, it could have happened.
Okay, yeah,
times when you're like out.
And I think I've owned this house since 2004. So anyways, just
do the math.
It's crazy, man. Rolling blackouts. Who knows? This isn't Cali, dude. What the hell? Joe Molina says there's too much brain power in one room, so it blew the fuses. Yeah, man. Onto too many hair dryers plugged in at one time. All right, guys, you can put whatever comment you want regarding why the electricity got shut down in my house just now for a second. Matt Jackson, I said, this is regarding the camera. I have a Sony a6000. I know exactly what that is, with a couple of really nice Sigma lenses that you can try out if you want to test it out with my new camera. Matt Jackson, I will take you up on that because you only live like 1 mile down the road from me. So,
and if you're selling any of them, you can probably buy them.
Yes, I'm looking for like a 1.4, like 18. I don't know.
Cheddar price.
Yeah. Okay. Robert Mitchell says, I think the banana phone charging blew a fuse. Man, you guys are I know you guys are my watchers of my videos because I see a lot of funny things coming through here. So let's get some more eBay questions down real quick so we can help you guys out, because we are going to go out of here in about 20 minutes or so. And it's finally not like 100 degrees in Austin. It's like 90. So we're going to go enjoy some evening time out there. But if you have any questions about eBay, let's talk about that real quick. So far, we've talked about you know, why we are resellers. We've talked about keyword rich listings, right? What else have we talked about?
Teak.
We've talked about teak. We've talked about, what else have we talked about too?
Power outage.
Yes.
Shoes, like lots of Doc Martens.
Right, and shoes. Like the reason why we like reselling shoes, we both like reselling shoes.
Almost everyone has 2 feet. And
I didn't realize how many shoes I resold until I looked back in my history. I'm like, dude, I'll show you after the show. Good. You're gonna be like, what?
And shoes are readily available at Goodwill bins too. If you're like at a bins, you can get into shoes for so cheap and learn like what sells and what doesn't, just for like $2 a pair.
Yeah, dude, I wish I had $2. Okay, so $2 a pair for me occurs only at garage sales. That's where I get those prices. But when I go to Goodwill's here in this town, like minimum 10 is 10. Yeah, minimum's 10. Highest I've ever seen shoes in this town. Boots, we saw one that was $39.99 yesterday, right? The lizard ones, right?
Yeah, they were
40. Yeah, they were 40, right?
Were they llamas or Lucchese? They were, I think, Tony Lava.
They were lizard boots, $40 at a Goodwill.
Tezu lizard.
Okay, so one heck of a thrifter. Hey, what's up, one heck of a thrifter? Good to see ya. Not sure if you ever answered the question, but how do you both have success selling on Craigslist or OfferUp or Let Go? Okay, so I love doing Craigslist, first of all. That's the one I mess with the most. I'm probably going to migrate and double list all of my stuff on Facebook Marketplace as well, because that seems to be really booming.
The Facebook OfferUp Let Go places, I think, are going to be choking unless Craigslist like comes up, unless Craig or whoever made Craigslist comes up with something like these. He's going to get choked out of the market. Because it does have that strange, someone commented about stranger danger, Tom Sawyer, that like putting a profile or like a picture to a profile kind of mitigates a lot of people's fear of Craigslist. And there's so many like Craigslist killer news crap that goes on that I think kind of has a bad stigma.
Yeah, I just realized something. The super chat money actually isn't used for this camera, because this camera is kind of paid, but like it's the G7X that I'm like trying to find.
G7X.
Yeah. So my other camera called a G7X malfunctioned last week, and Eric got like the best G7X deal of all time. Like I saw it when he came into town. But that's really what the super chat money now kind of technically is going to go towards, is an actual camera that films the ride-alongs. So when we do ride-alongs and stuff like that, we use I typically use one camera, but now a G7X is the best camera that you can. If you're ever wanting to build a YouTube channel, this is absolutely the first camera you should probably buy. It's kind of called a Canon G7X. So, but I'm migrating to a double camera kind of setup. So I'm going to have a G7X as my primary kind of stuff. And then for all this really cool, interesting footage that you're going to see, it's going to be shot with this, right? And product shots for my private label brand will be done with this one, the A6500. But yeah, I'm going to like more dual kind of camera setup. I might even sell my eBay camera because this is essentially the same thing at this point.
It's an upgrade.
Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, the G7X, really, really good camera, guys. I'm telling you, if you are a reseller and it doesn't take the fastest pictures with products, though. I've noticed that. It has a lag.
I haven't used this for photography at all.
It's got a lag, but it's really good photos that come out of it. So if you're like, ooh, should I take pictures with my cell phone and list? Or should I take pictures with, a camera, a point and shoot and list?
It's not that slow.
Trust me, back to back, you should see my other camera. It's like click, 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 click. It's super fast. So this one has a little bit of a delay, but the pictures it produces are freaking out of this world.
Yeah. And if anyone saw my Instagram, I paid $260 for this.
Yeah, it's a $650 camera new, and he found one used in Arizona for $260. That's a steal of a century. I tried to match that and try to out-hustle him.
You couldn't do it.
And the lowest I've ever got here in this town, and I might buy it, let's say tomorrow, $380 for a used one. They're so badass, these cameras. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to capture your kids and your best moments of your life, don't do it with a cell phone. Don't do that injustice and video all that with a cell phone. Get yourself a good camera, and you can do your eBay pictures with this thing, vlogging, all kinds of cool stuff. The Canon G7X is the best camera ever to buy. Now I will put my link, and you can save 20% on a Canon G7X now.
Right.
Anyways, but yeah, so this is the best camera on earth. It really is. Joe Molina, Eric, do you take eBay pictures off your phone or with a camera? What do you do?
If I'm in a good location with good lighting, and I'll use either my I guess now I'll use my G7X or my Canon 60D, I think. Yeah, Canon 60D. But if I'm in my van and I just need to take pictures of stuff, I use my phone for just like 1 or 2 items. But if it's like 10 to 15 items, I'll use like a camera.
Yeah. So for people like me,
I vary between the two.
I never use the phone. I never use it unless I'm in a pinch. Let's say I don't have the laptop next to me. Let's say I go to California. I didn't bring my laptop with me, but I have the phone. I can still list something on Craigslist over in Cali or Facebook Marketplace. So I can do that with the phone, and it's really easy to do, but I don't rely on my phone because it starts polluting the phone with product pictures, and I don't like that. Right? If your wife was like, hey, you remember that picture back in the day? Can you see if you can find it for me? If you took all your product pictures on your phone, you would have just like shoes and like sporting goods, and then finally, after 10 minutes of searching, you might find the picture that your wife is asking for.
I got product pictures all over this thing.
Yeah. See, I don't want to live that kind of life personally, so I do my own SD card. Plus, I also build guides in the background every now and then. And I probably should build a shoe guide, though. That's the thing. Everyone keeps telling me to build one. I might be building one. I don't even know now at this point if I'm building one. But anyways, yeah, so that's the reason why you probably want to get a point and shoot. I personally think a point and shoot or a SLR or even a full frame camera, whatever, a full frame SLR is good to shoot your eBay pictures with, and it'll give a nice separation between your business and your personal life, which I think is really, really important. Yeah. So Bearded Picker says, I got mine new for $490, his G7X. Awesome, man.
That's a good deal.
That's a good deal. Yeah, it is, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, G7X is so good. Robert Mitchell, if an item doesn't sell for a bit, do you discount it, have a sale, or anything else that you would do? Okay, so this is what I do. I have a sale all the time, back to back. I'm running them back to back. I still need to relist all my items today because they terminated last night. But anyways, so if it doesn't sell for a bit, how do I take care of it? It's a great question because no one wants to have items that have been there for years, right? That's the worst possible thing.
Yeah, unless it's something that you just sold today.
Right. Exactly. So how do we discount it? This is what I do. So before I relist it, I'll take $1 to $3 off the top price. Like that's the first thing I do typically on almost all my listings. And then after that, I make sure that my store is on sale. And I like to have back-to-back sales with maybe a couple of hours downtime in between each one. So, and my sales typically go for anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks at a time. And they're typically between 20 and 30%. So that's what I do. When I deal with Craigslist, which this is an eBay show, but when I deal with Craigslist, I constantly adjust prices every relisting for the most part. over 50% of the items that I have on Craigslist will be a price change every single 3 to 5 days, something like that. Okay, here's a good question. I'm gonna let you answer this first and I'll answer it after you. Justin Packman, if you could go back and tell yourself one thing when you first started reselling, what would it be?
I would say get pickier about what you buy. Like don't buy things that you don't. I like get your ASP higher for sure. Like
problem is when you first started,
you buy you buy everything for knowledge. So I guess like try to get as much knowledge as you can first, but the experience is the knowledge. So that's kind of like a catch-22. But I would just say get pickier about what you buy, because I enjoy the higher sales and the less shipping more than like $10 or $20 items.
That's right. And so Eric and I are on this like kind of project. We don't do it together, but we kind of embrace it together. But it's called the Road.
Yeah, we kind of came up with it last year during the meetup.
That's right. So we call it Road to 200. Essentially, it was a concept dreamt up back in like fourth quarter last year. Basically, like, man, I just really want my business to be way more fun. I want it to pay more money, and I want to work less hours, right? So way more fun, pay more money, and less hours. I think those are three things that every single person watching this show could agree, like, I kind of want that too. So we thought about that. We were like, how can we make that happen? And the real answer to that was less items, right? So if you have less items, you're going to work less.
Yeah, you ship less, you source less,
right?
Like everything.
So less items, more education though, right? And then self-control, really important, right? Higher education, like what sells for more money out there. Maybe break away from all the stuff that maybe you were doing before, and then start understanding what higher priced items can give to you. And like they're in the thrift store and they're at garage sales. The problem is you're probably walking past them.
It's a lot of discipline.
Yeah,
more discipline than anything.
And that's the last thing, is being able to control yourself. That's the discipline right there. If you can discipline yourself, which is almost like punishment, because if you're so, if you can crank out $10 profits and $5 profits on items and $20 profits, it's hard to walk away from that. You're like, dude, I can do that. You have to kind of wait it out for some of these higher priced items. I might go into a thrift store. I go into thrift stores 4 or 5 times a week, days of this at a time. And there might be one of those 5 days I don't walk out with anything, but I'm really proud of myself because there's no reason to buy anything, because we're on this mission of making a certain amount of.
It's like tuning your store a certain way, tuning what you're buying, and like storing at your house a certain way to where you don't like accumulate a pile of garbage that you like aren't excited about listing.
Yeah, I mean the Road to 200 concept is so amazing because it allows you to be very truthful to yourself on how your business is doing and what you want, and it's a way to really put the action down. Like it's one thing to understand it, it's another thing to be disciplined enough to carry it out. And even if you do it and you're like, oh, it's not working, or it's working slowly, that's good. The fact that it's working slowly is already progress. And so I have seen profound jumps in my happiness. I've seen profound
your ASP
jumps in my ASP, especially. I've seen profound jumps in the, how do I say it? My life happiness, and just the happiness when I go to the thrift store, because I do these things called hot shots, and I only go thrifting for like 2 hours at a time, right? And 2 hours at a time, that's doable. That's like high energy fun. Like it's even.
You don't get, I go on these thrift all day thrift trips, and you kind of get like tired of it. Like you kind of it keeps you from getting burnt out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like it keeps the excitement like really high and the burnout kind of low, like the possibility of burning out a lot lower. But when you're grinding like $5 profit, $20 profit,
you'll never get the time to even like experiment, right? Yeah. The other reason why I want to do it, here's the fourth reason why I wanted to do the Road to 200 was I could have time to work on another income stream, which I'm working on always many, but like that's the other real reason I really want to do it, is because I wanted some time. And everyone wants time to do something else. I don't care what you do with that time, but everyone wants more time in life to like love your partner, spend more time with your kids, go on more vacations, start another income stream, something, work on your dreams. And if you're dealing with $5 and $10 profits and stuff like that, you're never going to get a chance to do that, right? Yeah. There's only a certain amount of time every single day that the human body has to sleep, and that's just how it works, right? And if you're working on the weekends and you're painstakingly working on the weekends, that sucks too. Like how many years of your life are you going to keep doing that when you realize I want a weekend to enjoy myself? So I always enjoy our weekends. We hardly thrift on the weekends. We have fun, lay out in the sun, get on the boat, whatever. But that's just how we do it here. And I think internal happiness is how you make this business sustainable for yourself long term. Because we could work more.
Oh yeah.
And we could make more.
Yeah.
The problem is,
We've been there. We've burnt out.
Like
we've burnt out. We've gone crazy. We've had our significant others pissed off at us because we've had too much stuff that weren't excited to list. Like we've been there.
Or you're not there for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've completely got away from that, and I urge you guys to do the same. I'm not going to even say it's an option. I'd say honestly, if you're following my channel, I think you really do need to adopt it because it's amazing what happens when you do it. So, but it takes some time. All right. So, anyways, my channel is always here to help you guys out. My Facebook behind the scenes always there to help you out. I want to answer the question first that was given from that person, which is if you could do anything back in the day and change it all, what would you do? And Eric's response was more higher price items.
Yeah, right? like have better discipline, I guess I would say. Cool. Have better discipline.
Mine is actually on the same path as that, but I honestly, and this didn't exist when I was like, early in the game, but it exists now. We have a private Facebook group and stuff. But I would join like-minded people's groups.
That's a good one.
Because that is, safety in numbers, and you get to echo off your, what you're thinking with other people that are maybe better than you. That's really, really important.
It creates a work culture too. Kind of like a work culture that you're missing out on.
Dude, reselling is like the loneliest profession ever. I think it really is. I mean, maybe librarians are even lonelier, but I mean, this is pretty lonely, right? And loneliness always leads to all kinds of weird thoughts, and you don't want to fall more into that pit than you have to, right? It is going to be lonely, but I think it's really important to get around like-minded people. And you always hear this, like, oh, here we go, like-minded people, and take action. Like, no, but it's really serious. I mean, if you want to succeed in this business, you got to be around people that are willing to share and show you what they're selling on their eBay store, and not these people that are showing you $3 and $5 dresses that are selling on eBay and like, not making any money, but they're doing like 40 sales a day or 100 sales a day. Like, look at all my piles of packages. And they're making like $1 on each one. Like, what?
That sounds awesome.
It's terrible. Like, it's terrible. But that exists out there. So you have to chase the business model that you want. But my business model, if you come to my channel and his channel as well, is going to be work less, have more fun, and make more money. That's essentially it. So until we have exhausted that business model, which is going to take a while because it's actually really fun. That's what my channel is all about now. Let's go to more questions, and I'm going to go outside and have some fun. It's a great question, Justin Packman. You're like one of my most loyal subscribers, so that is so cool that you asked that question. How many people out there are doing the road to 200 concept? I'm not telling you guys like get 200 items, and if you have 800 items, go to 200 and you'll be Bonafide's best friend. No, I'm asking you how many of you guys out there are actually adopting the road to 200 concept? So if you're adopting it, put road to 200 in the comment feed. I just want to see if you're adopting it.
And to define it, I think it's 200 items that are going to sell for over $50, or do you have to walk with $50?
You have to walk with 50.
Okay, I've been doing sell for 50 because I put a lot of my items at like 51 free shipping or like 54 free shipping. So I'm technically not walking with 50, but I can't be as picky now, especially living in the van. It's kind of on hold.
Yeah. So let me know what you guys do and what you're adopting from that, thing. And it's okay if you don't. I'll always try to help you guys out to get to there. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun because, as you guys know, my life's kind of complex. I don't have kids yet or anything like that, but I have a marriage, right? I got 3 dogs, which may as well be kids. I got a house, got bills like anybody else. And I have fitness in the background. I will never skip out on my fitness. So I got that going, and all these other things, the green room and friendships and things to balance out. So I'm pretty tied up. I can't really afford to go, that word balls to the wall with eBay, or else something will give in the background.
You wouldn't be able to handle a warehouse at all.
I just can't do it. So that's just how I handle it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there, on the same kind of thing. So anyways, what else we got here? So from Rose M, you all right? My dog just fell down. Hey, Chris and Eric, my hubby John just found some Harley Davidson boots with a Vibram sole. Cool. Have you sold these types of boots before? I have. I'm constantly getting lowballed for this Harley Davidson boot that I have on eBay right now. Yeah, I mean, they're out there. You have to make sure that they're real, authentic Harley. I think really when it comes down to Harley Davidson boots, the way that I find that they're authentic is with the orange tag under the tongue and stuff like that.
The ones that I sold did not have a Vibram sole, but they still sold for.
Did you have an orange tag in yours? Inside?
This one, I don't have a tag picture. Yeah, it had an orange tag.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the one. So orange tag inside. You can show the picture right here.
Ooh.
There you go. So that's the
orange tag. You can see the orange tag.
So yeah, I get into them when it makes sense. I don't seek out Harley Davidson boots, but I get into them if they make sense. Okay, what else we got here?
Joe Molina says, how about the $100 plus sales threads on the green room? That's kind of like, that's very aligned with the road to 200 because encouraging people and celebrating these like $50 plus sales, these $100 plus sales. And that's kind of like why I've even started doing those threads. So like every week we'll post in the Facebook group, hey, share a sale over 50 bucks. So all these like amazing sales are coming in to help everyone celebrate as well as educate.
Yep. So yeah, these are all, I want to recite the people that are actually using the Road to 200 concept right now. It sounds like we got Cool Hand Souk doing the concept, Uniquely Me, Christian Stonge or Stange. I met him in real life. I think it's Stonge. We got Drummer, Joe Molina's in it. We got to Ben Arkia, looks like Tom Sawyer, Philip Voyer, Fabiola, Ozzy Oscar, cool. Maybe down the road, Justin Packman might be doing it down the road, awesome. Robert Mitchell's doing Road to 15, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's basically what it is. Just work on it, guys. Honestly, I went crazy at it. You know, I started the Road to 200 concept in January, had a decent January, had a little bit better February, and then March is when it started popping hard. March and like April was doing very well for me, and then May, I think my eBay bill in May. See, my bag guide launched somewhere into that mix, and so I had to really focus on that for like a week and a half, and so I kind of took my eyes off the thing for a while. But
your store is like close to 200.
It's at 160, like
yeah,
2 or
and your
3.
items are all pretty solid.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of $100 ones up in there, and there's
you're
a lot.
Giving me a road to 200 $100 items would be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, what the most frustrating thing about my concept now is like getting to 200. Like it's frustrating because I'm like, damn, like it's called Road to 200, but I can't get to 200 because
stuff keeps selling.
Yeah, stuff is selling, so it's like a lot of fun. But it's frustrating. It's like, why can't I just call it Road to 150 and then I would have like
you've been done already.
I would look really cool in the eyes of everybody else, but I can't. So
it should be Road to 250 because the basic store is like 250 items.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So technically, once you hit the 200, maybe it should be to 250.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try to get to 200. Here's the thing. Once I get to 200, I'm gonna look at what's the longest inventory. I'm gonna kind of axe that out.
Then
I'll be back down to 150 again.
You got rid of all like the $10.
I'm getting close.
Xbox games.
It's not all there. That's part of my concept. Is that it's kind of like, you know, when you want to lose weight, you open your fridge, you start throwing everything out that's like breads and pastas and sugary sodas. You know how people do that. They start something new. They're like, yeah, I'm committed. Boom. Like open the fridge, throw all this crap in the trash. So what my kind of thing is, I went to my eBay store and I thought about doing that. And I did donate some things to Goodwill and Savers that I was just so tired of. I'm like, you know, I don't want to look at this anymore. I know it's in that box or it's in the corner of my office. Like, forget this. It's not good for my business. So I took it and donated it. And then on the other listings that were like just junky, like sub $50 listings, I started working on those prices significantly. I was really trying hard to get them out. And so I have a lot of $100 items now. And the $50 and less is getting fewer and fewer and fewer.
And then how many of those $100 items are like bags?
There's a fair amount in there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because a lot of my 100 plus items are bags.
Yeah, they're a fair amount. And we're talking about bags because I made that guide. But yeah, bags are such a sleeper.
And I've just been finding bags. Like ever since you were doing the guide, I was like, man, it's just giving me more bags.
It's wonderful. It's for another show, that's for sure. And yeah, bags are amazing. We always look for them now, but I've always looked for them. But it's just funny because once you get primed about something, sometimes something has to like start the priming. Then you start looking at it in a different light, and you start to realize like, damn, like I am passing these things up left and right. Like, how did I not know about this? And so that's what my bag guide was all about. But anyways, this is not a show about the bag guide. It's about eBay. And we're going to probably come back to you later on tonight with like a more lifestyle-oriented show, like good habits, awesome stuff like that. So be looking for another live show tonight. It's getting kind of dim in this house now, and I'm going to go enjoy a perfectly amazing evening here in Texas. So I'm going to answer one more question, and we should be going. So here it is, all right? Silver Hair Stacker says, does 5 $10 multiple items count? No.
5 $10. No.
Because I'm trying to make $50 in pure profit, right?
Yeah.
That's a great question, Silver Hair Stacker. This is actually a really good question, isn't it?
I mean, I probably would still buy that. It depends.
It goes against the philosophy of working
it goes
smarter.
against the philosophy, but because you're gonna have to still ship the items out.
You deal with 5 people, 5 different chances of returns, and
5 packages.
5 packages. And
5 trips to the post office if you go to the post office.
5 tape jobs, like
it depends. Yeah.
So I personally, I'm immediately saying like it doesn't align with my philosophy. But if you want to do that, that's fine. It doesn't remedy anything though, because you're still doing $10 flips. You see what I'm saying? the whole thing of Road to 200 is to be able to go, okay, now what sells for $50? What sells for 100? What sells for $300? And start priming your mind on finding those items only. And so that way, over time, it should slowly happen.
You'll build up this inventory of like really good stuff, and then you'll be selling through a certain amount of this really good stuff, netting you like 3,000 in sales or 4,000 in sales, and then you're finding this stuff at the slower pace because you're more disciplined, and then you're replenishing that back to 200.
Yeah. So
it's selling slower, but for higher prices, but you're replenishing it.
So you are working smarter. You're not working harder. You feel way more enlightened at that point. You're like, oh wow, I can do this all day. You know, so you're working less hours.
You become like a thrift snob because you're passing on so many other things, like $30 things. And
and Uniquely Me kind of has a good point. If you can bundle them, I would count. That's right. It goes to one person.
I've actually used that thought process, the bundling. I picked up some cinch paisley shirts, and I was like $5 a piece. They're only going to sell for maybe like 20, 25 bucks. But if I have 3 of them, then it's a perfect item to put in the store.
Right. And that's where that matters. Like polos, like you find 10 polos at
same size. Yeah, they were all the same size cinch shirts too.
So anyways, that's pretty much the show. I would love to get to more questions. Sorry about the power outage and everything like that. But we will come back hopefully later on tonight with a little bit more laid back show. And we'll talk to you guys about kind of an open Q&A, maybe things that you want to talk about, life stuff, whatever.
The hot seat.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun, but it's getting dim in here. I really enjoy you guys.
Or we'll cut the hair live.
No, we're not gonna cut the hair. But anyways, we love hanging out with you guys. We're gonna be doing a lot of live hangouts this week. This is gonna be almost like live hangout week. You'll see. I'm still gonna.
Joe Molina, you're a thrift snob.
Still gonna edit some really cool videos for you guys. But that's pretty much it, guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, all right, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And make sure you're subscribed to College Pickers channel as well. You'll see what thrifting can do for you based upon my channel, his channel. He's a little bit more experience based with his thrift money. I like to do.
And I'm actually a full-time employee right now and doing it, and you're more full-time thrifting / side hustles.
That's part-time. I will never say full-time.
I mean,
because that makes it even better.
You're like full-time free with your time.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm like, I don't have full-time free at all.
Anyways, so that's pretty much it, guys. Love hanging out with you. I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler Hangout. Take it easy. And I'm going to cut the tail. Goodbye.